So, do you like Zeus? A lot of people might not like him, but I sure do, and for fellow Zeus enjoyers, you might get really pissed, little fucky wuggy. You might be crying and shitting yourself when you realize, oh, I've gone turn 1, I can't just attack with Borbo, make Zeus with 6 materials pass. Well, don't worry, I have a deck that can make Zeus turn 1. That's right. And well, how do you do that? Let me show you. And yes, we're playing Virtual Worlds. It's a bit of a sacky penis deck now since VFD's gone, but trust me, you don't want to miss this. So let's just go over this replay against this little edgelord with 3 cards in his extra deck. What the hell? Named X-Dragon87. We're gonna go ahead and go first, and we have a really good hand, so we're gonna go ahead and try bait out any interruption for Ash Blossom or Maxi. Nothing happens, which is great, so we're gonna go ahead and summon a copy of Nyan Nyan from our deck with E-Telly. Next after that, we're going to activate Kowloon in order to get a Chuchi, and then we're going to use the effect of Lulu to target Chuchi, send a Qinglong, which is a search essentially. This is a search in the graveyard. And then after that, we're going to search for another monster off of the Lulu, which is Lao Lao. Also, Konami, please put this card back to 3. This card has done nothing wrong. VFD's gone. The deck is fine now. It's just a really good Synchro XYZ Pile deck now, right? So anyways, we get that, and then we normal summon the Nyan Nyan we had in our hand and make Coral Dragon. Why do we make this? Because it lets us draw 1 when it's into the graveyard, and it's also a tuner, which is pretty damn neat if I do say so myself. Next off, we're going to go ahead and synchro these 2 off into Arcthis. Arcthis is pretty good because it gets to draw 1 on Synchro Summon, and because I mentioned we can draw 1 off of the sent to graveyard with Coral Dragon, we can draw 2 and fill up our hand, see what we can really play with here. And off of this, we draw fucking insane. Lily is one of the best cards in the deck, period, alongside Lao Lao, so I'm really happy that I drew it, and I'm able to do the penis play I'm about to show you guys. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and use Lao Lao, send a Kowloon, summon Lao Lao, and then summon a Lulu from our graveyard with Lao Lao, and then Nyan Nyan's affecting graveyard effect activates, which allows it to summon itself if you summon to level 3. Next, we're gonna use both Arcthis and our Lulu in order to summon Final Sigma, or as I like to call him, Sugma Fatball. I know, how mature, but this is half of the way towards Zeus, don't worry, because it's a level 12, and Zeus is a rank 12. Next, we're going to use Lily in order to send I believe we sent a Chuchi, in order to summon itself. And then, well, Chuchi effect activates, and instead of doing what I would normally do, and just, well, for example, make this and this into Ultimate Tzolk'in, which I am about to do soon, I instead lower its level because I want to get some more draws, see what I can do. And I get Stardust Charge Warrior, and off the top I draw, well, of course we can recycle something with Nyan Nyan, but off the top I draw Fateful Adventure. This is a really good top deck because now we're able to do a penis play that's a little bit better. So we're going to send this to the graveyard and Synchro Summon into Ultimate Tzolk'in. Now, if you wanted to just make Zeus, you're done. You have a level 12, you have a level 12. What is Zeus? A rank 12. Therefore, you can overlay into Zeus with 2 materials and end your turn without any worries. You did what you wanted to do, Zeus Enjoyer, but we're going to do something even funnier. We're going to set Fateful Adventure and activate the effect of Ultimate Tzolk'in, summoning a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon can be summoned out of the extra deck for free because we set a spell trap. Yeah, we got really lucky with that top deck there. So we're going to then overlay into Zeus and pass. Yeah. So if you wanted to know how to summon Zeus without playing Zodiacs or something, there you have it. But if you want to know more about the deck, let's go to the drawing board and see what we can muster. And so here is the deck list. This is Virtual Worlds without VFD, and what do? Well, they can do a lot of things, but they're normally permutations and combinations of setting up a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon off of Ultimate Tzolk'in, a level 10 Synchro if you really have no choice by using a token and a level 6 tuner. You can summon a Geomathmech Final Sigma, or something I like to call Sugma Fat Ballsack. You can summon something like Zeus by overlaying to level 12s, as I already did. You can set up a Shen Shen, which is a Macrocosmos, which is pretty damn neat. You can set up a Chuchi as a trap, which allows you to interrupt your opponent, and you can also just have hand traps, and additionally, have a Griffin Rider negate, which is also part of your ideal end board. With the experimentation that I've done with Virtual Worlds, the best end board that I've achieved so far has been the Adventure negate plus Crystal Wing plus Tzolk'in plus Sugma Fat Nutsack, as well as a Chuchi. And also, I think I had a Forbidden Droplet set and a Called By, which was fucking absurd. Especially if your field gets like Raigeki or something, or if your field just gets Called By, or sorry, Dark Rulered, you can just go ahead and use the Forbidden Droplet in that case. But yeah, that's pretty much what the deck realistically does. And let's just address some ratios real quick, otherwise this is very standard, stock standard. Because the deck is super tight and because you need to run as many virtual worlds because it's a bit of a brick fest, it's a bit penis if you ask me, I run some very weird ratios. I only run 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Maxi, and 1 Nibiru. You could run something like Crossout, so you could run only 2 Ash Blossom, 1 Maxi, 1 Nibiru, and 1 Valor, but in this case, I really thought that the deck space was too tight. Because again, Maxi actually isn't the best in this deck, so having it as a Saki one of can be fine in my opinion. And of course, another card that you might or might not play is Foolish Burial Goods. You can send something like Chainlong off of its effect to get a drop, or rather get a search, but honestly, half the time it might just brick you if you really have to resort to using it. But it's still a good card to have in general. And well, that's it. If we could have Lao Lao at 3, that would be very nice, but Konami thinks it's still good. It's okay, please bring it back. And yeah. Otherwise, with the extra deck, you can definitely take some cards and change them up a bit. Like, for example, you could just remove Cloud Castle all entirely and replace it with literally anything else. Like the Virtual World Synchro, that's a level 6 that I don't play because I think it's garbage, sort of. You could just do that. Even though I do sometimes play a really funny card called Enter Blastnir. It's a really funny rank 9 that basically just loops your opponent for a card or just banishes a card from anywhere. It's really funny. It's basically Trishula, but 1/3, and you can also activate it twice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Give me your thoughts as to whether you'd like to play Virtual World now that VFD is gone, and of course what you'll be playing in your Virtual World decks, because there is a lot of things you could do. Anyways though, that's enough talking from my side. Tell me what you guys think. Peace.